Thank you for joining us today on She Reflects. According to the National Alliance on Mental Illness, 19.1% of adults in the US experience some sort of anxiety disorder within their lifetime.
Wow, that's a lot.
Anxiety.
It's a big one.
Yeah. Okay. So we've talked about social media, body image, colorism.
Yeah.
So this is really important. We need to talk about life stress, the things in life that literally stress us out to where we have this mental illness going on. I never really thought about that, you guys.
Yeah. It's a big one. Even in that statistic of 19%, it also says that 10% of that African Americans experience mental illness. And so, what do you have to say about that?
Well, I'm glad you brought that up because I actually found an article that supports that in a way. And I found it on teenvogue.com out of all websites. But, very helpful, especially for young people to see. And the title of the article is called Trauma from Slavery Can Actually Be Passed Down Through Your Genes. And there's a doctor who totally supports what this article is about through epigenetics. So Dr. Rachel Yehuda, who's the professor of psychiatry at Icahn School of Medicine at Mount Sinai, has conducted a research of how people are affected through slavery, Holocaust, and other events as such. And she says that PTSD can be passed down through generations in shared family genes. And her research has revealed that when people experience trauma, it changes their genes in a very specific and noticeable way. So when those people have children, they pass down those same genes, and it just keeps going on, especially if there's no type of attention that's given to it.
Yeah.
And I feel like just from a personal experience as an African American and seeing a lot of our people have these type of effects. Let's just look back at when slavery ended, for example. There was lack of resources and opportunities for slaves to get work and have a decent living, and especially for men, being like the head of household. When there's a lack of jobs and to take care of your family, it's like the man doesn't exist. It's like, what do you need him for?
Yeah.
And so just like any other stress that you can go through in life, a lot of people turn to drugs and they turn to violence and hustles, because it's like, I got to eat.
Yeah.
I still got to get out here and make it happen. So a lot of people start to go into illegal activities just to make it. So.
Okay, so wait a minute. I hear that mental illness is passed down through DNA. I have heard that mental illness has been a part of slavery. I never experienced slavery. The slavery that I personally feel like all of us are sort of experiencing is in the mind. And so as a Christ follower, I believe in God. And I know that he breaks chains. So how am I to counsel my fellow sister or brother man? And how am I supposed to get them to realize that mental illness that you are, that you actually have from every day, could it be the decisions that you're making? Could it be the actions that you're choosing to do versus staying on that focused path?
Right.
Well, even in today's times, it's difficult. I mean, we've been facing issues with finding work. Inflation in California especially has gone through the roof. Prices are rising. There's not enough resources. There's not enough work. And a lot of young people, especially, they too, on social media and everything, they see their friends doing these side hustles, making a ton of money, having all these life experiences. I'm trying to get through college with 2 jobs with a kid. We have a lot of things on our plate, and we need some sort of source and some sort of resource that's going to help us in order to get through that. I personally read my Bible. That's kind of my first thing, and that was what really started helping me, realizing that God does have a plan for my life, realizing that he gives us instructions through the Bible in order to help us carry out some of these things and stressors that we may worry about, but he's already telling us how to manage it.
Right.
And the second thing I did was actually talk to a friend in the mental health arena. She's a therapist. She resourced me to tests that you can take and you can ask your doctor or care provider for that help you diagnose what you're doing. So I did 2 different tests and I was able to get diagnosed with general anxiety disorder. And it took me talking to a friend, reaching out to someone who I knew. I couldn't reach out to family because in the African American experience that I've had, even growing up, I grew up with, oh, you're just crazy. Oh, you're just overreacting. You're just excited. Knowing that there was something else wrong. So being able to reach out to those people, reach out to a church member, reach out to your doctor when you're in for your visit, just like we do our checkups for our body, you have to do your checkup for your health, mental health as well. Exactly. So maybe while you're in your 1-year appointment, oh, by the way, I've been having these thoughts. Can you help me with that? And all it takes is asking the question to someone who can direct you to those resources.
Well, I can tell you that I do have a couple of friends that they don't want to be around anymore. And when I hear that, it hurts my heart. And it mentally makes me now sort of worry when I know I'm not supposed to worry about nothing, not even tomorrow. So I start thinking about how can I help? And luckily, I have this great text. A lot of people like to use their phones. And so if you're not feeling good, you're depressed, you're sad, you're going through something, anything. It could be like, oh, a little hiccup. It doesn't matter. If it's a big thing to you, then you're going to want to text home to 741741. Again, it's just your phone. You don't have to worry about anyone seeing you. You don't have to worry about someone making fun of you because it's something that we're all going through on a different level and in different seasons. It's very wise. So if, again, the text number is home and you're going to text that to 741741.
Thank you for watching She Reflects, a Christian woman's perspective. Please subscribe here and be sure to check out our other episodes.